Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we will look at a few questions from the topic of average, one of the simplest topics, yet most frequently asked. It's asked all across the competitive exams, be it MBA exams, be it banking exams. It's asked in MBA CET, CAT, SSC, CGL, all like any competitive exam, you'll find questions on average, right? So average has only one simple formula across the whole topic, that is sum upon total number of elements is equal to average, and we are going to use this formula to solve every question. So let's start. Let's look at the first question. School X has 3 classes. So this particular school has 3 classes, A, B and C. The average score of class B is 16 more than the average score of class C. So let's assume that the average score of class B is B, which is 16 more than the average score of class C, and let's assume it to be C, right? Let's stick to the classrooms that are given to us, and let's assume that those letters are averages, right? Simple. So average score of class B is 16 more than average score of class C. The strength of classes A, B, C are in the ratio 2:3:5. So we have already seen this in the ratio video. We assume the strength to be 2x, 3x, 5x, wherein x is the common factor, right? So strength of class A is 2x, strength of class B is 3x, and strength of class C is 5x. So if the average score of the school is 2 less than the average score of class A, find the difference between average of class A and class C. Alright, so this is the average. Alright, means suppose total sum of scores. So in this case we have score, right? So sum of score of the whole class B upon total number of students. N is nothing but total number of students. In this case, this sum is nothing but sum of scores. This is total number of students, and this is the average. So let's start with B. Suppose average is B, that is given to us, and total number of students in class B is nothing but 3x, right? So this is 3x. So total score of entire class B is nothing but, if we cross multiply, we will get sum B is 3bx. Alright, I've just taken this as an example. Let's see what is being asked, and based on that we'll solve the question. I'm just stating a point. How do we proceed, right, for such questions? Let's see what is being asked. If the average score of the school, that is the entire school, in order to find the average score of entire school, we'll have to find the sum of scores across A, B, C, add them, divided by total number of students across A, B, C. Simple. We are just using this formula. Like I said, in average, all questions will be solved using this simple formula. Alright, so let's find sum of scores across A, B and C. We have already found it across B. Let's find it across A. So A has 2x students and the average is A. So total sum of scores in class A will be 2x, right? So 2x plus 3bx, similarly 5cx upon total number of students across A, B and C. So that is nothing but add this, right? This is the number of students, right? Strength means number of students. 2x plus 3x plus 5x is nothing but 10x, right? And we can easily get rid of this x because we can take out this x common and we can get rid of this x. So now we have 2a plus 3b, but what we'll do is we'll substitute b with 16 plus c. So we get 3 into 16, that is 48, plus 3 into c is 3c, plus this 5c, right? 3c plus 5c, we get 8c, and we have 10 as the denominator. This is the average of the whole school because school comprises of these 3 classes, but they have stated something that the average of entire school is 2 less than the average score of class A, which we have assumed to be A. So this is nothing but A minus 2. This is what they are saying. And find the difference between average of class A and class C. So they have asked us to find the difference between average of class A and class C. That means we have to find A minus C because we have assumed A to be the average score of class A, C to be the average score of class C. And that is the reason why we substituted B with this equation and not the other way around. right? If they had asked us to find a relation between A and B, then we would have substituted C with B minus 16, right? Remember that. So we had already found out that they are asking us to find a relation between A and C, hence I substituted B with 16 plus C. So now directly we'll get the answer, because we anyway have to find a relation between A and C. So let's see what we get. 10A minus 20. So I get 2A plus 48 plus 8C, right? I could have even taken out 2 common, right? In this case, if I take out 2 common, what I'll get is, I'll get A plus 24 plus 4C divided by 5, right? Because I have taken out 2 common, so 2 ones are and 2 fives are in the denominator. So divided by 5 will be equal to, I'll take 5 to the other side, 5A minus 10. Alright, simple. So I'll bring 10 to the other side, I'll bring A and 4C to the other side. So what I'll get is 34 is equal to 4A minus C, and this is what they have asked, and that is what we are getting, right? Lucky us. So A minus C will be nothing but, I'll take 4 to the other side, this will be A minus C, which is nothing but 4 ones are 4, 8 is a 32, 20, 8.5. So you have to understand the question will also be designed in such a way that we'll be able to find exactly what is being asked, right? You just have to proceed in a certain way that you will be able to solve the question not only quickly but accurately, and will be able to find exactly what is being asked. The questions will be framed that way, so you don't have to worry about the question being tough if you are comfortable with the concept that is supposed to be used, or if you are comfortable with the entire topic, if you know how the question needs to be solved. If you are comfortable with all that, I am sure that you will be able to solve any kind of question, right? So the answer for this question is nothing but 8.5. I hope you have understood. Simple question. There's nothing complicated about this question, but there was also a small concept of ratio involved. Basic concept, nothing difficult, right? Let's move on to the next question now. Let's look at the second question. Average age of A, B and C is 84 years. So let's assume that the age of A is A, age of B is B, age of C is C. So we already know the formula for average. Sum, right? It can be anything. Sum, in this case it's sum of ages. It can be sum of scores, like we have seen in the first example. Scores can be the marks that you get in a test, or scores can be the number of runs that you score in a particular cricket match, right? Or number of points that you score, let's say in a basketball match. So the sum can be anything, right? Any quantity, any unit, it will be sum. We don't have to worry about that. The basic is same. Sum upon n is equal to average. We are going to use again the same formula. So if I want to, let's assume A is the age of A, B is the age of B and C is the age of C. If I add this 3, A plus B plus C divided by 3, this is 84, that is given in the first sentence. So if I cross multiply, I'll get the sum of ages of A plus A, B, C, right, which is nothing but 84 into 3, 3 4 are 12, 3 8 are 24, 252, right? So this is the sum of ages of A plus B plus C, A, B and C. When D joins them, the average age becomes 80 years. So average of first 3 people is 84 and D is joining and bringing down the average. So you need to understand this basic concept, that because D is bringing down the average of the entire group, that means his age is going to be less than 84, right? His age is going to be less than 84. We'll see how less the age is. We can't predict about that, we can't say about that, but you have to understand his age is going to be less than 84, hence his average is going down, right? If Kohli's average is 60 runs, let's assume, per match, and in some particular match he scores only 20 runs, so naturally his average is going to go down, right? Simple concept. Now when D joins, the average becomes 8 years. From this we'll be able to calculate the exact age of D. How we'll do that? Basically what they are saying is, now A plus B plus C plus D, again the concept of average divided by 4. In this case they are saying it's 80, right? The average becomes 80 years. So 80 into 4 is nothing but 320. So we already know sum of A, B, C is 252. So we'll substitute this over here. So we'll get D. So D will be nothing but 320 minus 252. So I don't know whether they have asked D. I'm just telling you how we can find the values, right? So 320 minus 252. So how do we do that? So do one thing, we'll do 320 minus 250, that is nothing but 70, but we have to subtract this extra 2 as well, right? So basically this is 68. So I got the I got the age of D. So D's age is 68 and that is what we predicted, it should be less than 84. So D's age is 68 years. This is D. Let's look at what else is given to us. A new person E whose age is 4 years more than D. So yes, we had to find the age of D, right? And now we are going to use this to find the age of E whose age is 4 years more than D. That means E's age is nothing but 68 plus 4, 72 years. Replaces A and the average of B, C, D and E becomes 78. So he is replacing A, right? He is going to replace A. So now we have how many people? E plus B plus C plus D, right? And this new average divided by 4 is 78. So I am directly going to do cross multiplication. So 80 into 4 is nothing but 320, but I'll have to subtract 2 into 4, that is 8. So I'll get 312, right? I hope you understood what I have done. I have basically done this. 80 minus 2, 78 is nothing but 80 minus 2, but I don't know 78 into 4, but I definitely know 80 into 4, which is nothing but 320, and I'll be able to subtract 4 into 2, that is 8 from 320. So I'll easily be able to calculate this. So I know the value of E, I know the value of D, right? I'll substitute and I'll get the sum of B plus C. So 72 plus 68 is nothing but 140. So B plus C is nothing but 2. 31 minus 14 is 17. So I get 172. So B plus C is 172. And what have they asked? What is the age of A? Yes, so we can use this. We'll get B plus C. We'll substitute here and we'll be able to get the value of A. So A will be nothing but 252 minus 172, which is nothing but 80 years. So A is 80 years old. Simple, right? I hope you have understood. There's nothing complicated about this question as well. Straightforward question, right? Let us look at the next question now. Let us look at the third question. A certain number of badges were distributed among a class of students. Alright, so let the number of badges distributed be B, right? Badges B. B stands for badges. The student who got 1/6 of the total number of badges. So there's some student X, he got 1/6 of the total number of badges, that is B by 6. Actually got 5 times the average number of badges the others got. Alright, so I hope you have understood the question. I'm sure this might look a bit confusing at first, but it's easy, right? Trust me, it's easy. The student who got, let's go step by step. So we have understood what is being said in the first sentence. There are a certain number of badges which we have assumed to be B were distributed among a class of students. So we'll have to assume some number of students as well. Let's assume the number of students to be N. Alright, the student who got 1/6 of the total number of badges, that is B by 6, actually got 5 times the average number of badges the others got. Others, okay, except for him, whatever students are remaining, that is others. So what we'll do is, because it's easy to work with N, we'll assume that there are N plus 1 students, right? Why I have done this? I have done this because this one student who is X, he is getting B by 6 badges. So the remaining students will be N plus 1 minus 1, which is N. So we'll be working with N now. Easier for us, right? So there are N students who are remaining. Others are N students. So what are they saying basically? So B by 6 is nothing but 5 times the average number of badges the others got. So B by 6 badges are handed over to this one person, right? So what are the remaining number of badges? We had B badges initially. B by 6 are given to some one person and this one guy, right? And the remaining badges are then given to this N students. So this is how many, this is the number of badges that are remaining. So this is nothing but 5b by 6, right? 5b by 6, and they have said average, right? 5 times the average number of badges the others got. Average number of badges the others got. So others means n students. So normal our formula, right? 5b by 6. So I have put 6 in the denominator as well. So I hope you have understood. We have used our same formula that we always use. Sum upon n is nothing but average, right? In this case, sum is nothing but the total number of badges. So total number of badges initially were b, but we handed over b by 6 badges to this one student, right? So the remaining badges, that is 5b by 6 is the sum that is left with us. Those number of badges we are handing over to this n students, right? Because we have n plus 1 students. One student gets b by 6 badges. This n students get 5b by 6 badges. So total will be 6b by 6, that is b badges. That is what we started with. Alright. So let's see what is being asked. How many students were there in the class? So we have to find the value of not n, remember that. We have to find the value of n plus 1. From this we'll get n, but don't mark that as your final answer. We'll have to add 1 because we have to find total students, and total students is nothing but n plus 1. Alright, because we have assumed total students to be n plus 1. You could have also started with n, not an issue, but in this case then we would have had to work with n minus 1. And I was not comfortable doing that. It's easy. You could have done that as well. You won't have to worry about this a lot. But I started with n plus 1 because then I get n in the denominator, right? So I can easily cancel this off. I'll be able to cancel b from both sides. So I have n is equal to 25, right? But this is not the final answer. We have to find n plus 1, which will be nothing but n plus 1 is the total number of students, which will be 26. So the answer is 26, right? So this question, yeah, you might feel is a bit confusing at first, but we just have to solve it using linear equations, right? We just converted the statement, the English statement that was given to us in a mathematical equation, and using mathematics we were able to solve this question, right? So this was not that difficult a question, but I agree can be a little confusing compared to the first two. But I hope you have understood. We'll look at a few above average difficulty level questions in the next video, because this video has become a bit lengthier than expected, and we'll look at those questions in the next video, right? So as always, you can ask your doubts, any kind of doubts, in the comment section below. Also do follow us on the Telegram channel, the link to which is in the description box below. Don't forget to like, share and comment on this video. Also subscribe to the channel, right? Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.